Hello. It has occurred to me that I haven't ever consciously practiced the sense of smell. So it might be worth paying some attention to this, especially now that places are opening up and people will be able to go and visit each other in their homes. Now, I remember as a child that my schoolmates' homes all had a very specific smell to them. Not, it's very hard to describe what the smell was of. It was very characteristic of that particular house, of that particular family. And the house I grew up in, I even a few years ago when my mother died and we had to go home and clear the place, the house still smelled of bakery because we had a bakery. My father was a baker and there was a baking house on the ground floor. So the house always smelled of bread, freshly baked bread. And still after these years, I could still smell it. And we had a cupboard that always smelled of cigars. The reason why I know that how it smelled was every Christmas we would go and rummage in the cupboard because it was full of saved bits of wrapping paper, string, Christmas decorations. They were all kept in that cupboard, but also kept in that cupboard when my parents still ran a shop were the cigars. So the cupboard smelled of cigars. Beautiful smell. I remember putting my nose into my father's tobacco urn. It was a ceramic urn that he kept his pipe tobacco in. And as a child, I would go and lift the lid and put my nose in it. It was a wonderful, wonderful smell. People also have their own unique characteristic smell. And I don't mean bad, I don't mean body odor. It's nothing to do with that. It's just each person seems to have their own particular scent, so that with some people, if they came near and I had not seen them, I would probably be able to identify them by their smell. That can have disadvantages as well. I remember a person once who was dead keen to give me hugs, but her perfume was very overpowering and I didn't like the person. She came into my space too much. So my feelings towards her were activated immediately with her perfume. It made me sick, almost nauseous. And obviously I didn't want to offend her or hurt her, so I had to find ways of dealing with this. It wasn't her fault. It was nobody's fault. It just was as it was. Why I felt that way, I'm not so sure now. But I think it had to do with space, with being invaded, anyway, doesn't matter. The point I'm trying to make is pay some attention to your sense of smell as you go out and about again. Notice how different shops smell different. Notice whether you might even recognize some from before the lockdowns. Notice how different fabrics, different materials smell different. Notice the outdoors, the morning smell, and the evening smell, the back garden smell, and the front door smell. Notice differences. And don't so much make a judgment as to whether you like or dislike. Just notice all the different nuances of smell. So you practice the sense of smell. You practice attention with your sense of smell. And it might be your sense of smell might be more sensitive because it hasn't had all the variety for rather a long time. And it can explore all these varieties of smells again, and especially now with a blossom in the air. So have fun with your sense of smell. How do I switch this off?